What's up, everybody? Tommy Har with the Real Side of Real Estate, and in this channel you'll learn everything real estate investing, wholesaling, flipping, rental properties. And today we got another great one for you. We just bought this house right behind us a couple months ago. We'll tell you the story about how we had to evict a squatter. Not a squatter, we had to evict people that were in here non-paying, so I guess squatters, yes. And we got my team out here. We got Jared, who's behind me. You'll see him in the video. He's the magic behind the Real Side of Real Estate community, a lot of the marketing. So teaching my whole team a lot about this stuff. So we'll tell you about the story of how we bought it, how we financed it, and today we're really here meeting our project team how to build a scope of work. So you're gonna get a mixture of everything here. Found this deal off market through a wholesaler, so listen up for certain things. If you have questions as we go through, drop them in the comments. We'll be coming through answering your questions as we go and making other videos on it. So without further ado, this will probably be a 30-40 minute video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's get it. All right, so Jared was coming through, and so this is Jared here for anybody on YouTube world asking. Jared's the man. He was asking how this neighborhood was. So this is in the east side of Columbus. It's a stable neighborhood. It doesn't have any hockey stick appreciation. It's a very decent rental neighborhood, first time home buyer area. We bought this house for $120,000. A wholesaler locked this thing up for $100,000. So we paid, or maybe $105,000. We paid a $15,000 assignment. We bought it sight unseen. But the cool thing is my family does inspections for about every wholesaler in Columbus. So my brother took the pictures of this. So I looked through the pictures and I called my brother. I said, hey, are there any big issues? No. But the only other issue was the tenant. The tenants were non-paying. So you see the sticker on the door? We just had an eviction 2 weeks ago. We had the set out. We kind of cleaned everything up right now, but it took about 3 months. So 3 months of no rent coming in, 3 months of me paying my private money lender. So now we got to hit the ground running, and that's what we're here for today. The ARV on this house is a 3-bed, 1.5 bath with a 2-car garage. The ARV on this house is about 220 to 230. So bought it for 120. ARV is about 220, 230. So we'll walk through this house, kind of talk about the renovation and all the stuff that's needed. What up? How are you? This place looks nicer than it did when we walked it last week. They didn't take this wall all the way out, but I guess we kind of told them to wait.
Musty, dusty, crusty.
The musty could have been from my butt just now, but. So when I say a property's on a slab, this is, I don't know if you know this, Jared, either, but no basement, concrete, 6-inch, it's called a monolithic slab. So they pour a footer, pour a slab, and then, so like if somewhere like South Carolina, Texas, Florida, where they don't have basements, all of the plumbing comes up out of the floor. So when they built these houses, you pour the footer, and then you set all your plumbing, and then you concrete around the plumbing. So in order to add a bathroom, we're going to talk about this in this house here. The laundry is right here. So the kitchen sink, the laundry is here. I don't want that. So to get top ARV, we're going to have to trench out concrete here. So take it from the drain over laundry here. We already did this with Dana the other day. We were waiting to really build our scope coming through, but we're moving this wall. That was an exterior door before. It's already crossed out. So we're going to really get rid of that. Move this wall, I think 6 inches out, 6 to 8 inches out. And this will be our storage room. We're gonna put a washer dryer on this wall right here. So we're gonna trench the concrete to here, put the drain right here, put the plumb, and the electric box is here. So you just have to run this type of line, which is 220, bigger power to your dryer. And we're just gonna kind of set it right here. This is like, it's really expensive. So a roll, like 50 feet of this is like 150 bucks. So the closer to your box for that and your like AC unit, the cheaper. So your runs and your things are all really important. So this will be pushed out. This wall here is going to be removed. They were supposed to drop this ceiling too. This wall will be removed because if we remove this wall, really the only place you have for your kitchen is right here because you need to keep your washer and dryer here. So now what we're going to do is maybe like a fridge, dishwasher, sink, range, and then, actually fridge here, range kind of towards the end there, and then we'll kind of corner cabinet out, have it stop here, maybe a little island, maybe not. So open it up so you can kind of feel like it's bigger and go from there. So me and Dana kind of already came up with that last time, so we kind of have an idea. So what we're coming back here today is figure out our scope so then we can bid the project and figure out what the actual nut is going to be on this place. Yeah, no fleas. It's cold enough to where they probably wouldn't have been in here. It was freezing last time we were here. It was nice to get the heat on. What up? This is Andrew, my brother-in-law. He's working for me. He was late to our meeting yesterday, so he's in the doghouse. Yeah. So my wife texted me. She's like, "Andrew's in trouble, huh?" I was like, "Yes, he is." So yeah, we'll walk through this thing, give you guys an idea of what it looks like to build this out, and then we'll give you an idea of pricing. Also, construction tips. We just had everybody come demo everything out. Leave one toilet that's functional for your guys, always. Because if not, you're gonna get, who was it, Rob? Was it you that were you taking pictures? No, it was you. It was Andrew, caught the dude pooping in the bucket in Sonora. Oh, Matt. So he caught one of my contractors pooping in a bucket. You just don't want to have that happen. How far have you guys gone so far?
So I got here and the water was leaking in there and in here.
Okay.
Like
You
really
shut the
bad.
main off?
We shut off, remember? When I was.
Oh, yeah.
But it's bad. It's got a bad it's got a bad shut off. So I'm reaching out to Manny right now so I can get over here today.
Manny or Willie, yeah. Bruce, no. You can probably stick it on Dana. Dana's time to shine here.
Go ahead.
YouTube.
Yeah, let me
Chat.
So we got a half bath there. So typically, Jared, on like a house like this, if we knew the ARV was a little bit higher, so we got what, 100. So in order to make 30 grand, this rehab has to be within what, 40 grand? Mm-hmm. So 120 plus 40 is 160 plus probably 10 to 15 grand of holding costs, money costs, and now 175, 230. You got your selling cost at 15 grand. So you're probably working at 30, 35 grand. So we're trying to keep it under 60. We would typically make that a full bath.
Right,
But
right.
remember how we just talked about concrete?
We have leaks.
There's nothing for a pan there. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to cut concrete from that shower over to here. Now everything's demoed, so it'd be easy, and all the plumbing's there. So you cut it, and you get what, I don't know what the width of this is, but it looks like it might be like 36, maybe 42. Anybody have a tape measure with them?
I do. I got you.
So what I might do is I might actually go look at comps, because now that it's demoed, it might make sense to do it. People will be like, "You never even used a freaking tape measure before." So it's 48. So it's 48 inches, and when you frame it out, it'll probably be 48. So you get a 48 pan to go here. You can switch this drain out. You got to cut that out. This is too big. So you got what, a 3 inch for 3 or 4 inches for toilet. You got to shrink it down for a pan. So you'd have to move your toilet maybe to here, then your vanity to here. So you go vanity, toilet, tub, but you got to excavate concrete.
Yeah.
If this had a basement, I'd say do it all day, because you just go under the floor joist, run it, done. But once again, we'll look at the comps, and if a comp says, dude, I can get 240 out of this thing by doing this instead of 220, because once again, like if this is a master bedroom here, or a primary bedroom for you soft motherfuckers online, I just get so sick of it. To spend 5 extra grand max to get to that, to get 20 grand more of ARV, I'm doing it all day. And the master sells the house better. So.
I got you right now.
Okay, cool.
Cool, where do you want to start, Dana?
You want to go back outside, or did you already go outside?
Let's start in here.
All right.
So maybe as we go, so Andrew, before we leave here, I want you to go through with the tape measure and measure all of our linear feet of trim. So if you watch this video, there's no trim in the house and there's no door casing. So I want you to go through and measure all of our trim that we need in feet. So I need that for you before we leave. And I also need you to measure all the door frames. So there'll be a door, we'll put a door, what do we say? There's gonna be a 36 here.
Yep.
So there'll be a 36 by 80 here, so standard height, because the wall is gonna come out to here.
Yep.
And go through all the other doors, measure out the doors. We'll do a new front door as well. Did we decide on that? We're gonna keep the mat.
No, we were going to keep that. We were going to keep it and try to save it
Okay.
initially.
Okay.
Was there a leak? No,
Is the drywall is all wavy, and then we are also taking out this wall. This wall is gonna all be removed, so you'll walk in and it'll be open. And just to patch that with stomp ceiling is just so hard. So we'll have this go all the way across. We're also gonna run new lights. we're also gonna have to insulate again now, so.
Did you catch that? We're getting rid of this wall, so you don't need to
Yeah.
do that.
So the trim will stop like here, so you might need a little piece here, but this will all be gone. You can do that after we leave. If you want to listen to this stuff, you can. Go ahead, let's see it.
Right there. I was just giving you a definite right there.
Hey, didn't we tell them to remove that?
We
And
did.
This?
We did.
Okay.
No. You said leave the
No, the-
framing, but the drywall.
I thought we said all this ceiling as well.
No, I must have missed that. Then that was my
Okay.
fault. So
Let's just have them come back. It'll be easy because we'll just run like, I don't know, what is it, 8 to 12 sheets on this ceiling.
yeah, 6.
Can we jump through the wall?
You ain't fitting between those stuff.
All right,
Good content.
that was done, baby.
You going back through?
No. All right, let's do, so how do you want to break this up? You want to go room by room? You want to
Yep.
start with general? You want to go,
Let's start with general.
okay, so what in general do we have here?
Right now, well, we're on a slab. We're at the demo stage. So in here, we would make sure we're replacing and installing all new trim throughout. What else? New outlets. 1, 2,
Okay.
3.
So we can go through and count outlets and stuff, but let's think, but even before that. So in general, so let's think we're building from the ground up. Do we have any floor prep that you see? Like, are there any cracks, any heaves, anything that, so like if we're gonna lay, I'm assuming LVP on this entire floor,
Yep.
right? We gotta make sure there's no,
I don't see any.
Okay.
There's nothing that I feel or that's standing out to me. I think it looks pretty good.
okay. So LVP throughout the entire house?
Yep.
Are we laying directly on slab or are we gonna do an underlayment? It's not a trick question, but.
I would just do the standard stuff we have that already
Okay.
has the
low pad on
attached-
it.
Yeah.
That
That's all we
whiskey
need.
barrel we just bought is
Yeah,
actually
that's
pretty
plenty.
thick.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got, what auditor site says, how big, do you know how big this house is?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Pull it up.
you can find it. So living room, we've got, so in general, let's say we've got at least a general drywall punch throughout the entire house. So you got all these little holes throughout, all these tacks, all these nails, all these screws. So taking this all out, you get mouse poop on the wall.
Behind the pictures or whatever.
Disgusting. So all these off, pull these out, come through, skim coat, that's what they call it, with mud, all these walls. You got these drywall lines here, so it's furring out all of these shitty lines that are existing. And we're talking about just in general mudding up the walls. Now, getting these areas redone is gonna be measuring in sheets of drywall. Sheet is 8 by 12. So we'll get to that, and we'll kind of estimate how many we need for that. But for here, okay, to get it, so I always like to try and envision what it would look like finished. So we need floors, we need trim, which we talked about, so that's a general.
Yep.
Install all new standard size baseboard and door casing. We need outlets and switches, we can count those up as well per room. We need, are we gonna run, what we talk about, light fixtures here?
Yeah, I thought we're gonna do, I thought 1, 2, and 3 flush
Yeah.
mounts.
You wanna do flush mounts or wanna do cans?
Which one do you wanna do?
I do cans, I mean, it's already open, so.
Yeah, let's do cans
I think
then.
can lights make it a little nicer.
Yep.
So cancel out that ceiling, that in the ceiling, can light.
Because this is
We
gonna,
could
cause this is gonna
probably
be
do a
open.
little bit more can lights. We could probably do 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, because the ceiling's already open, it's easy to run. And it's a
then-
ranch, so it's easy to kind of fish them up anyway.
Then another 2 here, and then just a standard flush
Yeah, I
mount?
would say like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 4 here, 4 here.
So 8, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So 4 can lights, unless you think that's overkill.
Maybe for this area, it depends on honestly if we're gonna do, because the kitchen will be here, and then if we're gonna actually,
Let's look at
depending
some
on comps, if we do that, if we do an island,
Let's look at some comps here real quick.
It's 1,086 square feet.
1,086.
Yep.
All right, so let's go Betsy. This house is on Betsy. So we've got a 3, 2.
there's one right across the street for sale.
It's like, it's up for like like 245.
245?
What is it?
245.5. It's a 3-2, 1,300 square feet.
That was 200 more.
All right, so this house here is 1,500 square foot, sold for 240. But it doesn't look like it's
They have a ceiling fan.
all that nice. Yeah, they got hardwood, but it looks like it's dated. Yeah, it's not very nice. Laminate countertops. Pretty basic finishes. You got the half bath off there too. So they're counting that one has a basement.
Yeah, that don't
255, 3.2, 1,400 square foot. Let's see here. It's really all that's sold back here? All right, so this one seems pretty comparable here. 1,053 square feet. No garage. Ours has a garage.
2-car.
Got some laminate or LVP, but they took out that wall in the kitchen. So pretty much kind of the same-ish as what we're talking about. I mean, kind of the exact same. So they got the kitchen there. Probably could have used an island.
Looks
This
like they
one's
got
sold.
They still got that wall there, so they probably got this entryway too.
This one's got 2 full baths and a basement. No garage. Sold for 228.
When?
Let's look for sales. That was like back in October. Yeah, October. We got a 255, renovated, not pretty nice. 1,350 square feet. Let's look at for sales. Okay, the one across the street said 246. They're dropping price.
Do they have a basement?
Let me see. 245.5. I'm not seeing any basement
I think it's
windows,
a slab. I don't
so I
see
think
any
it's a
windows.
slab. Pretty basic finish wise. It's got 2 full baths.
It's a flip.
Yeah, no garage.
Oh, there we
So
go.
I think maybe this thing would sell for about 230, 240.
I think it's pretty conservative too. That
Adding a
could be
full
chance.
bath. So let's do that. I mean,
Make it a full bath, yeah.
I think
Make it a
so.
full
It
yeah.
makes, to me, a lot of sense.
And
Okay.
that was a 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to business. So we're removing this wall. So we know in here we got, so in general, about 1,100 square foot of flooring. So without, do we need quarter round?
Not if we put all the flooring down first. We don't.
Correct. Cool.
Yeah.
Not a trick question. That's for, because most of the houses already have existing trim and you're butting the floors up to them and then you quarter round to make it flush. But when you don't have trim, it makes it very clean and you just pop it down on. So really, like this messed up of a house, it's nice because it's gonna be very, very clean.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our flooring, we've got our trim, we got our drywall punch, we've got, that's what we were looking
Outlets,
at. Light
switches.
fixtures. My dumb ass.
They're all of us.
So the 246 house has, yeah, just
One
a
light.
ceiling fan right there
Flush mount.
and a couple cans in the kitchen. So let's go single flush here. That's gonna be open and then do maybe 4 can lights there. Does that make sense though?
Well, if we're gonna have a, I mean, if we're gonna have an
1,
island,
2, 3, I mean, we could do 4 can lights.
are we gonna do an island? You think we're gonna do an island?
I
here?
think so.
Small. I mean, I think so. So I mean, I would do for lighting, the 4 can lights, and then maybe put like a
Couple pendants.
couple
like
pendants
one
on a
pendant.
separate-
What's
one
the
nice-
one over there in Elizabeth? We did one pendant that split out to 3 lights.
Yeah.
That's probably nice.
I think
so.
that'd
Let's
be
do
better.
that. So we'll do 4 can lights. So we got to make them. So if this wall's coming out to here, like we said, we got to make them centered. So they're going to be maybe here, there. The other one's going to be there, right in the middle. So we just got to make sure it's all. It doesn't look,
So
you know,
are we
idiotic.
just gonna have one can light here?
I think so. See that? Huh? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is where they're gonna have their table at.
Or we just do a flush mount there, a flush mount here, and then 2 can lights here,
I think that-
with a pendant
I think that'll
here.
be better.
That's probably better.
And that you said the pendant still?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that's gonna be better.
Okay, so let's do that.
It's gonna give off more light.
Okay, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here, but let's see how much ceiling we have to do here. So 12 foot.
Just over 8. Yep.
Yeah.
So what, that's almost 1 sheet of drywall?
Yeah, we're gonna need, yeah, they'll need to patch it.
8 by
So,
4.
How many we got? We'll
we got
have,
What's 4 foot here? So we got
and
one
that's
sheet
10-4 to that stud. So you said we're taking out how far,
there. Yeah.
Tom?
So the sheet's gonna go to here. So that's almost 1 sheet there, stopping right here. All right, one other sheet starting here. To 4. And we said how far are we taking this out? Remember last time?
I
8
think it
inches?
was 24 or 26, because that's where the dryer is gonna be. Dryer, washer and dryer.
So we need this to be a 36-inch door there. So put that against there. So we need a 36-inch door. So the door opens there, and then we were taking it to 48. So we were taking it, hold that against there, please. So we're taking the wall to here, I believe.
Gotcha. So are we still, so I thought we were putting the washer and dryer on the inside wall.
That wall there.
Okay, never mind then.
So we just need a door big enough to get that stuff through. So the door is gonna go from there to there. So that's where the door ends. You gotta have enough for trim on both sides. So taking it out,
Another foot.
but we don't wanna take up too much of the space. That's the problem.
Well, look, I mean, luckily that wall will be gone, so I don't think you're gonna notice it too much.
So let's take it 48 out.
Okay, so take it
So
another.
put that on the, let's put that on the floor. So 48. So taking it out another 6 inches or so. So if the wall goes to here, so we can fit the laundry in there.
Gotcha.
So do you have a Sharpie or
I don't. Does anybody else got a Sharpie?
do you have any spray paint?
Spray paint and a Sharpie.
Bring the spray
yeah,
paint.
bring that. That's it.
We could just use that for all.
Is it what you got? Chalk? Drywall?
drywall.
I don't know. Might as well be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we might be able to take it out a little bit more too.
I don't think it'll look terrible with this being on.
No. So the thing is, we got to have. So the doors here. We might want to move. Let's see. So what the depth of washer and dryer was? What, 24 inches?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a little bit more. It's like 24 to 26. So that comes out to here.
So then we move this door frame
Yeah,
here.
we need to move
We
the door
extend
frame.
this to 36, and right on the other side of
So
that.
realistically, it needs to start like 2 inches in. So like here. So we'll move that wall out to, I think we want to go all the way 12 inches here. So put a little dot there, Andrew. Doesn't have to be perfect, so right around there, yeah. Got the green, huh? Okay, so then we got 36. Go like swing this way. So swinging in. So you come in here, you wash your dryer. This gets canceled. Fuck, did you get the spray paint?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, shake that shit.
Is that a clear coat combination?
It froze.
It's a nice garage too.
So that's the new wall there. Good. Okay, that wall's all getting taken out. How did we have this written out? So we had.
Well, since we're moving the plumbing,
We
we're
had
just gonna have it go from wall to wall, or like it's.
did we have our fridge here?
Yeah, that's where you said initially.
So that's
But
I
it's
like
gonna
that idea.
block-
If we're gonna do an island, we don't need to kind of take it around here. I don't think,
Okay.
unless we do the range right here, because then you can kind of have it. But if you have your fridge here,
I think no. You actually, because it was gonna block the window, we were gonna put the fridge right here.
okay. So we're doing. All right. So fridge there.
Fridge here.
So pull that across.
Yeah, let's.
So fridge is what, 30?
Yep.
So 30, and then we're gonna have to maybe have some sort of maybe a 12, so 42,
Do you want to get the whole?
and then what's it? So 24 plus 42. People online be like, this dude can't do math. 24 plus 42 is 66. 66. This is where our sink is gonna start. So then we go to 99 or 96,
Yeah, 24 inch base or 36.
96, or we can go plus 6, so 102. So we got 102 here. So that gets your fridge, a base, a dishwasher, sink basin of 36, and then we've got our maybe another 12.
Kind of reminds me of Regions, just straight across.
So what's 12? Well, we're gonna turn it here too. So we want to maybe do a 9. So let's go 111, and then we got 30 for a range. 141. That might not work because we need a corner cabinet here.
Yeah, I think so. We'll need a 36 there. So we're at 13. We're at 13.
So
164.
let's actually work.
63 inches.
So a lazy Susan or corner cabinet on the base is going to be what, 30 by 30 or 36 by 30?
36
Yeah,
by
36. So that's going to be where we need to start here. So 36 off this corner goes here.
Anybody got a marker or a pen?
That's a lot. So what we can do
We got a marker.
is we can either do a lazy Susan, because this is where your range would need to start
It's
right
coming
here.
out a little further. Yeah.
We need to maybe do like a blind. So start it like here. So a 9.
Or this is just empty.
Just empty.
Yep.
So we got a 9,
That could be 24.
because then you're gonna have to kind of do the same thing here. So what's this across here? 48. So we can do a 2 24s.
That's 48. Okay. Now this is.
I think you start at that stud because you need to have a blind.
We start here, so the blind would be 24, because the cabinets are 24 inch depth, so it'd have to be even
Yeah,
with both
you're right.
sides. So then we'd have to start here. So
Okay.
how much more we got?
So let's say, so start it here,
Yeah. That's right.
36 inch base.
Yeah, I think.
So we can do a 24 and a 12 if we want, or we can just do a 36 inch base.
I'd say let's do a 36 inch.
Okay. So 36.
And we can readjust this when we look at this again too.
And
so.
then this is gonna have to be a 9. I know that this is gonna have to be a 9.
24.
That's a blind. So that's empty. What we mean by blind is empty.
Yeah.
And then you have a filler that connects the two, so it makes it seem like it's gonna work there. So then we got,
Gotcha.
so 9 to there. So what we got to do a 24 out here too.
Yeah. Because it's got to be even with both
Yeah.
legs of the cabinets.
So here, mark that there. 30 for the range. So
That's gonna be a real. tight.
mark that there. And then we're gonna have to push the sink over maybe even a little bit because we need a 9 there.
We'll have this redone.
Yeah, so we need a 9 that goes to here because you need to have some symmetry with your base cabinets.
Yep. So 9 on both sides.
Yep.
Hey, did Manny? Did he text you back? All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, give him a call. If he answers, just you can have. I can grab it.
To here. 30 inch base. There's no way we can do more than 30 inch base here.
Nope. I mean that's perfect.
30 base. So now let's maybe work.
The other 9.
We need to work this way and see how far that is. Because that wall's gonna be gone, we can kind of play with that as much as we want.
Yep.
So this is gonna be 72 inches on the dot. That is perfect.
Is that fridge gonna be on the far left?
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be right
So
here.
that fridge is gonna be a 30.
Yep.
So go 30. Now we got, what, 42 inches left?
I mean,
And
technically,
we still need a dishwasher. The dishwasher is gonna go here. So,
we've still got another 3 inches though.
yeah, so 24. Mark that here. Kind of in between those studs, right in the middle. And then we got from there to there, 18.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
So we'll put an 18 on that wall so we can remember. All right, that was one of the easiest we've done in a while. So you got 30 base, and you got a dishwasher. So, not a D. Dishwasher, down. What, we have an 18?
So, yep, 18 base.
So 18, dishwasher, 30-inch fridge.
And island.
Yeah, the island would kind of be where Tom's at.
Oh, I can do it that way.
I mean,
So
more
it'd
than
be-
likely, I think that's what.
So I mean, we can actually measure it out. Where's the?
Right here, take me.
You said to move the sink over to the left a little.
No, it'll be right
We're gonna
there.
move the plumbing,
All right, so you got
like just the water lines.
24. So it starts there, and you need
36.
foot here, so you need 36. Put your foot on that. So we need 36. So the island will start here.
Be 24.
24. And now we just got to figure out where we want it to go. So here, let's do this. The wall is going to be here. So we need 36 there, right?
Yep.
So that's not a very big island,
Nope.
but we can take it all the way.
We can move it
take
over.
all the way
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, even with the fridge.
Here. Well, let's measure what that is here. So even with the fridge, so 72-inch island on the dot.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, that's solid. That's a good size.
We'll have an overhang too.
Yeah, we'll do like a 6 to 12-inch overhang. So here, all the way across. So what? 72. Maybe want a. People like a trash can. 18-inch trash.
So we got to center, you know?
But you have to have a walkway.
I know.
Yeah. So is that 36 or 30?
That's 36
Okay.
from here to here. Yeah, from here.
I think you build that in a little bit.
No, this will look fine when it's done.
There.
Or we just scrap the island when it's done.
Yeah. I mean, we can adjust that, but I think at least even if we make it shorter, with a small overhang on this side and that side, maybe.
Yeah, I would say if it's not this big, we scrap it completely.
But, okay.
But I think it'll be okay.
I think it will.
Or we take it going no, we don't want to go that way. Or you can do a peninsula, so going from the L here, but that would rearrange our entire kitchen.
It would. I mean, even if we took.
I don't even honestly, I don't think we need an island.
I mean, I think it would help.
It would help.
I mean,
space with that wall.
Because it's a big just open space.
Yeah.
Even if we cut off, what, 24? Yeah, 24 inches, and then did a small overhang on this side or a small overhang on those two sides.
This is separator.
I'm just looking at the comps.
Kind of, yeah.
Don't worry.
It's like this one's a 3.2. This one's sold. That's a different layout. So where was I looking at?
I mean, it's
228.
definitely going to appeal to more people.
Literally is over there.
So in this one here, sold for 228. It's not very nice. And that kitchen just tucked away in the corner like that. It's just open.
Yeah, that's kind of shit. That's like an apartment kitchen.
Yeah, but it's sold for 228. So like imagine just an island kind of going to that range there.
Yeah, yeah.
So realistically you have a cabinet going to,
All the way across
so you got
under
a
the.
cabinet going to here. So you got 24. So you have a walkway that you need to have to go to
Yep.
here anyway.
Yeah.
So this wall's gonna be here. You got a walkway. It'll feel pretty normal. I just don't know if we'll be able to do if you do a pendant, it may look a little weird. Okay. Do we want to do the uppers?
Yeah. Since we're here.
So we need a corner cabinet here. Are there ones that go at 12?
Well, we can actually. I mean, we could do. I'll have to check. I mean, I know the uppers are 12 anyways, so they could just shoot right across
Yeah,
from here.
that's
But
fair.
I mean, I think we should have one maybe turn.
I like the ones having the ones that turn, but if we can't, I mean, we've been doing ones that sell that way.
Okay,
So if we can't do anything here, then we just match going across. You kind of just end it here,
gotcha.
right? You end it here, or do you take it all the way across?
I would take it all the way. Let me see. I guarantee. I think we'll be able to find something there. That makes sense. But to have a cabinet here, just the 12 here, I don't think makes much sense because there'll be the
Right.
countertop will be there.
I mean, we could also do like if the 9 starts here, going to here, we could do maybe like 2 floating shelves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like a corner floating shelf that we can build.
Yeah.
One of those corner cabinets
just a
like,
nook.
with the fold door that folds in the middle. with the pull
Those are still like 24 by 24.
I haven't seen that.
If we can find something I mean, it's gonna have to be 12 by 12, so pretty small corner cabinet.
We can have those. We can have those.
We can ask
built-ins.
Jason.
Yeah,
We can ask
Jason's gonna know. That's
Either
why
that,
I'm not
yeah.
really. I'm not really.
Either that or we
brainstorming
just
too much.
I mean, we could leave it open. Once again, this is not a high end remodel. It's gonna be nice the way it is. So,
Just for this area.
and this will be open. And then this will be storage, so we'll have wire shelf that'll go all the way around. So that'll all be fine.
Yep.
Okay, so that's done. We have to do, I would say we gotta do pretty much all new plumbing here.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you got,
bad.
I mean, what kind of plumbing is that?
That's cast iron.
Yep, cast iron, and then what is this?
Galvanized.
Yep. So you got galvanized vent coming into a cast iron. It's really all galvanized.
Except right.
Cast iron's where the stack meets.
Yep.
So that's all shitty. We gotta get rid of
That's
that.
bullshit.
At least it's on slab though.
Yeah.
I mean that. Yeah, dude.
So we're gonna be opening up this anyway to run. So let's say here, so if we're gonna build a scope, 14 feet. So a 14-foot trench to here, we gotta cut out. Yeah. So I'll put, yeah. So you trench that out, and then I would go, okay, so you got drain, and then, so you want the washer here, and then you got 220 here. So this comes off the panel, goes here, and then you need a vent.
That's easy.
Right out the soffit.
Yep.
Cool. I'd say never buy green again. This is awful.
Get marking paint too.
So that kind of
Turn
gets
it
our
upside
kitchen done. What else do we?
I can take care of. I already got the measurements for that, so I'll take care of
Okay.
the uppers.
So we still do. So we're doing 4 can lights in here, or we're doing 2 can lights.
Oh no, two in here.
So 2 can lights.
Yep.
So just so we can go back and remember what we talked about, like can light here. That can light can probably even stay, so that stays.
Yeah.
And then a centered. It's just gonna look in proximity to this pretty weird. Pendant that drops down. But it is what it is. It might not look like shit. We finish it.
It'll look good once it's. Sorry.
We need to, so we kind of got ahead of ourselves with this wall. So we got what? 3 sheets of drywall here.
Yep.
Same thing here for the ceiling. So 1, 2, 3,
4 here.
4 here. So we got 7 sheets of drywall.
Yep.
7 sheets of drywall.
I'm gonna take that since we're at it.
Maybe 8. So let's call it 8 sheets of drywall because that one may have to go as well.
You want to say 9, just because that's a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we also have to do the inside of this wall.
Yep.
So this wall is what? How tall? I'm assuming 9 foot. Yeah, a little over 8. So 8 foot. So you got a sheet kind of going up that way.
1, 2, 3 sheets.
4. 1 sheet. Yeah, pretty much. So 2 sheets on this wall.
So 4
2 sheets on that wall. And then another 2 sheets of like mix and match. So what, 4 more? So we got 7,
And then we got these two. On
11, 12, 15 sheets of drywall.
Okay.
So I'd write that down. Is anybody taking notes on this stuff? Because we're gonna have to go back and actually, I know we're talking about it right now, but we're gonna have to put this on paper as well.
I'm gonna put it in Trello.
Okay. So once this ceiling drops and this ceiling drops, what are we gonna have to do as well?
We're also gonna have to insulate.
Okay.
And re-drywall, insulate.
Okay. So we gotta insulate. What minimum R value insulation do we have to have in the attic?
R30.
Okay, R30. So that has rolled fiberglass already up in it. So we might as well just roll more. Looks like there might be some up there already. Would have been nice if they could just pull it out for us. Like, I would say maybe when they demo this,
Yeah.
ask them before they just rip it down to take the bays out, push it over here
Okay.
to save us some money on insulation so we
Yep.
can just recirculate. Okay, so we got adding some electric runs. We got our floors. We're gonna have to do all new trim, all new baseboard, 36-inch door, all new kitchen. We're gonna have to trench the plumbing there. We didn't talk about this, but we're gonna have to move. It's good that we have a 110 here, an outlet. We're gonna move this up for a microwave to match. 30-inch uppers, we're not going anything upgraded, all to match. So a 9 to match the 9, a 30 upper with a microwave under it, 9. Anything over the dishwasher, we can do maybe like or sink, we can do a 30 as well here. 24 above the dishwasher, 18. Fridge, since it is facing the living room, I want to do a panel on this side.
Right, that's what I
So
was thinking.
panel,
too.
box
Yep.
it in with an 18 on top, 18 height,
Okay.
18 height, 30-inch over. And we can maybe even box it in on both sides. I really like the look of that.
Yeah.
When you do 2 boxes and going across, that'll make this thing sell fast. Standard finishes, so subway tile across as our backsplash, frost grout, basic granite,
Yep.
the whole 9. This wall won't need drywall. This one will need drywall at least on the upper. So from what is that, 24 inch or 30 inches, 32 inches down? No, because it'll be covered.
32 inches. Yeah, you're right.
But above we will need.
So let's see how far. Let's see how much space we got.
Take it across.
We need 3.
3 sheets.
Yeah.
So what? So far 18 sheets of drywall.
Yep.
Okay. So when we get back, so it's good to keep these segmented too. So we know we need 3 in the kitchen because when we build the scope, and we also need that wall too, at least from like window height up.
Go around. So that'll be good. That's 1 sheet. Maybe
Yeah.
2, 1.5.
Yeah.
Max.
So we're so far 20 sheets, but remember when we're building our scope, we need to kind of say where. So
Where they're
if
going.
somebody's reading this scope and they know nothing about this project, let's say I'm dropping drywall off and I have no fucking clue about this, and I want them to put it in each room, they can read this doc and say, okay, 4 go right here, 3 go right here, 4 go in the kitchen, just so and even have that stuff on the wall for everybody, so there's no black and white, or no grayness, it needs to be all black and white.
Yeah, I think that's helped us at the duplex.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, just put it on the wall. So we talked about drywall punch. That wall this needs framed out. So this is gone. This needs to be framed. It's already sided over on the outside, so this needs just some 2x4 framing, and then drywall rip out the existing door. And then we're gonna do what would we say? A
Wire shelf.
wire shelf,
Just around there.
kind of a U all the way across.
Yeah, I think that'll
Because-
be good. As long as we got enough, we should
Just
have
sell a
enough.
house on a slab for you guys. And if people are still watching this, maybe we zoom through some of that stuff that was kind of boring, but it's important. Houses on slabs typically have no storage. So if you don't have a garage, you have to create storage, whether it's in your attic or closet spaces, or the house will not sell, I promise you that. Having a garage is huge, but having a basement and a garage is even more huge.
You want to add any cabinets in here? Because I mean,
I don't think it's necessary. I don't want to do overkill. Once again, this is gonna be like not a cheap house,
Cheap,
but
yeah.
I don't think there's enough kitchen space here. And if we do a wire shelf all the way across, this is gonna be their pantry, and it's gonna be where they keep their dog food and all that shit.
yeah. 36. Okay.
we should probably consider getting, so these vents are gone, so we should just replace them all.
Okay.
So before we start the rehab, Andrew and whoever are the helpers, stuff those with mesh, because next thing you know, we got shit all down in our ductwork.
Yep.
Makes it easy to clean at the end.
Fuck that.
I know. Might have been a wood burn.
They came and installed this pretty fast. That was good stuff, Dana, on this.
Oh, that was the same day.
Nice. Okay. So we need new doors. So we'll go through and measure. This looks like a 24 by 80. What do we got here? So we got what? How wide is this? 80 inches.
62 is the opening, so 230.
230s. 230 bifolds.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit more framing here on both sides.
Yep.
And then 2 bifolds. So one here, one here.
Can you take notes?
So make sure that the bifolds are louvered.
Gotcha.
Do you know why?
So it can breathe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
combustible air.
Yep.
So we got a gas furnace. So anybody watching this, we got a gas furnace back here and a gas water heater. And anytime you have combustible gases, you need to let those gases breathe. The gas is escaping up through what's called a flue, this metal piece, but it still releases some carbon monoxide, and that needs to go out through louver. It needs to breathe. So very important. So if you're trying to hide these things, cut these in your doors. So that's why they have these vents on these doors that would
Did he get back to
typically not have them.
You dizzy?
Who's got the tape? All right, so let's do maybe bathroom here, and then we'll get into common space. Maybe we can't forget smoke detectors here. All right, Dana, talk me through this bathroom. Looks like there's some termites.
Yeah, it don't look good there.
Look kind of strafed down in this wood. You feel that framing?
Look at that. Yeah, right there. That's coming off too.
Okay, so maybe have to do a little bit of sistering.
Okay.
And you got your plumbing here. So
if this is 60, I mean, we got to have a tub in here, so we'd have a 60 by
60, so a standard size tub is what?
60 by 30.
Okay, 60 by 30, perfect.
Left-hand drain.
Okay, left-hand drain.
New valve.
Okay, so what?
Shower. New pecs.
So all new innards. So where is the water line even coming from?
Oh, so this was
Is it capped somewhere?
it's going up. That's
Oh, it's coming up.
into the
Oh, it's
water.
gotcha. Okay. So water's coming up from the attic.
And going over into
Got it.
the
Makes sense.
water here.
It's like there's no water down there. Okay, so we're doing a tub
Yes.
spigot, or are we doing a shower? Okay, so we
No,
need.
we're doing a tub, so we're gonna need a tub system.
Okay, so
valve,
tub system,
new
valve. All this is going to be redone.
Yep.
New. I would say this is galvanized here. Same
Okay.
thing. Let's cut this out.
Update that.
It might not be. I mean, vent system might not be bad, but they're going to have to at least. Yeah, they could maybe keep this.
Is that gonna? I mean, that'll pass inspection.
Yeah, that'll probably be okay. We'll tie in here. Left-hand drain. Okay. After that, what are we doing?
We're gonna put cement board down.
Okay.
Tile around.
How many sheets?
Let me see. I'm gonna guesstimate we're doing.
So tub goes up maybe what, like 24 inches?
Yeah, that's max.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those are smaller.
Maybe
tubs.
less than 24. Maybe
Yeah, probably
12 to 18. I don't know that answer, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say probably 18 max.
So 95.
So at least one sheet there, let's call it. Doesn't have to be
It's
perfect.
gonna be 1.5,
Okay.
3, and then we're gonna have.
What are those
that's-
sheets are what, 4x8 as well?
No, those are 3 by 5, so
Okay.
we're gonna need 2.
Cool.
So it's gonna be 5.
5.
Yep, total.
Okay. So 5 sheets of Durarock. Do we want to do a niche in this shower or no?
Here, I mean, if they can build it out and it's real cheap, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
You know?
What's up?
Why don't you just turn it to the right? Is it because the plumbing's already on there?
I was thinking that, but the plumbing's already in the floor there. You'd have to jack it up to go that way.
I feel like-
The plumbing's already here, so it's gonna be really easy to get it to there.
Turn it on the other one.
Yeah, so the concrete is gonna have to be jacked up on that side to get it to where it needs to be.
To get the
Yeah.
drain, yeah.
So I mean, I like the niches Alberto does that go from like side to side. So cutting
Okay.
this out like 6 to 12 inches and going
Yeah.
all the way. But obviously we've got to reinforce this. I watched a video of somebody online doing that. And they were like, you didn't even reinforce it. It's just for the record, we're gonna reinforce it. So we need what? So, okay, we got our tile board.
Yep.
We need what else?
Our tile, our
Okay.
frosted
We
grout,
need also sealant,
sealant. We need
Okay.
the waterproof membrane.
the red sealant.
Yep.
Okay, we need our tile.
Yep. We
So an estimated. So what do you?
need, how
So
many square feet is this? It's probably
so five. So if we
probably
have 5
80.
sheets of 3x5, so 3x5 is 15 times 5. Math whiz Andrew, what's 15 times 5?
it's about 95.
So 100. Estimate 100 square foot of tile.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then what else do we need? Missing
we
one
need
thing.
we need mortar.
Okay.
Or, yeah,
Okay.
grout.
Grout. What else are we missing?
Mortar.
There's one more thing.
Schluter.
Yes, Schluter. So black Schluter here,
Schluter.
black Schluter here, black Schluter here, and black Schluter here. So 1, 2, 3
3. That'll be
sticks of rounded or squared black Schluter. Yep, to the ceiling. And we can keep this. We need a new exhaust fan. So is this all on one? It's not even plugged in. All right, so we need to run probably maybe new power. So maybe a whole nother switch. If this was a rental property, I'd say run it all on one switch.
Is it running on? Is it off that? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
So we need to run a new run up to an exhaust fan. I would even center the exhaust fan if we can. I mean, right there is kind of stupid, but
Yeah.
if it's gonna be a hole that's hard to patch, just pop it right there.
Yeah.
Make sure that exhausts to the exterior. And then here, are we gonna do tile or are we gonna run LVP through our bathroom?
I mean, we're selling it. If it was a rental, we could run LVP throughout. I mean, I would tile it. Low end tile, we don't even have to go that high end stuff.
Okay. We'll probably, I would say let's just do LVP.
Okay.
So LVP, okay. All right, how big of a vanity?
I'm gonna say 24. Nah, we can go 30.
You can go all the way flush to the wall.
Yeah, 30.
So 30-inch vanity.
Yep.
Okay. How big is our mirror gonna be?
Mirror's gonna be just a little bit smaller.
Okay.
I'd say what, 24, 26, or even
Yeah,
28.
that works.
And then new water supply lines, P-trap.
Yep. So supplies. These don't even feel like. These might be okay.
Secured.
So they might be okay. Make sure they're secured.
I mean, we could
And then
probably.
P-trap.
Looks like that can get.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Pop that off. That's cool. Yeah. So
That's straight DIY.
yeah. Let's secure that stuff.
Okay. Just leave it down like that. Oh, damn.
It's secured there, but they need strapped either to this.
Yeah, this one isn't. This one's straight loose.
Okay. New toilet,
Yep.
new supply line, probably new flange.
Yeah.
What about here? They took off all this
Yeah,
tile.
so we're gonna need to do that'll be the drywall punch. We'll remove that and install
Okay. It could make
Sheet.
sense just to cut this out
Cut
and
that
do it
there.
because I mean they took all. I mean they could mud it, but it's much easier just to pop a new piece, mud
Okay.
the seams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, new light. New vanity light. Exhaust fan.
Done, right?
I don't think we missed anything.
Cool. Might as well knock out the other bathroom over here. Okay. So now walk me through this one.
Honestly, in here, instead of spending time skim coating this, I would
Yeah.
cut it all out.
Agreed.
All the way up. So then we have it estimated.
It's probably 4 foot or so.
Yeah, just over. I mean, I think 4 foot.
They could scrape it down too, or
Could. I mean, that's a lot of glue because that's all. That's straight glue. I mean, I would say just rip it out right above it, and then
Okay.
just piece it out on top. So we got 4. We got 1 half sheet.
A little over 8 foot.
A little bit over 8 foot. So 2, 3.
Got one,
I'd say 4.
2, yeah, 4,
Half.
because you can piece in these two
Yep.
with that. Okay, so 4 sheets of drywall here.
Yep, 4 sheets of drywall. Gotta tighten these up.
Yep. Same thing with the plumbing there.
Yep, so in here we're gonna do a shower.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to jack out this and we're gonna have to remove this too.
Yep. So
So
we're
we
gonna
have
have
to
to
jack out
open
this
that
whole
up.
area.
We're gonna have to, yeah, we're gonna have to open up kind of a square here
Yep.
and rearrange. So plumbing, the toilet's gonna have to be,
Right between.
yeah, the vanity's gonna have to go here.
Okay.
So-
So then we're gonna have to rearrange that plumbing.
Yeah, so I would say 30-inch vanity as well.
Okay.
Toilet, I forget what the measurements are, but I think
It's
it's
15.
Is it 15 between toilet and vanity?
Yeah.
Okay.
15 between, I mean,
Between
it's gotta be
anything.
centered, so you gotta
Yeah.
be 15 inches from the wall and 15 inches from
Yep.
the vanity.
Mandatory.
It's gotta be centered. I mean, that's code, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Manning's on his way.
Sweet.
I mean, it'll be good, once we rip all this out, we'll get all that out. Come on, Andrew, you wanna do some demo? Come on,
The plumbing's there, so we can kind of just elbow it out.
come on, Jared.
Jared's a pretty boy. He's not getting his hands dirty.
Is that your truck out there?
Jared lives a ball and lifestyle.
Oh, dude, you better do some demo.
He's like, is that gonna be enough room for a living room?
One thing we didn't mention here kind of throughout, we need to get corner beads on all this drywall
Okay.
to finish it out. Either that or we trim it out. But I think corner beading it and finishing it with drywall is probably gonna be our easiest, most cost effective.
Yep.
Okay, so we got the bathrooms planned out. You're gonna have to kind of go back through and measure out like the shower here too. This one's not gonna have a tub, obviously.
Yeah, this would just be a 48.
Yeah, yeah. 48-inch shower,
Yep.
left-hand drain. Easy peasy.
Yeah, this is pretty easy.
You have to do the electric this time too for the vent.
Uh,
Cause the lights on with it, yeah.
oh yeah, but that's gotta be separate, so we gotta run an extra switch on both of these, and we gotta put a center mount here, and probably
Yeah.
the other 2 rooms. So what I'll do is this will be easy, now I know
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I'll come back and knock
So
this
you said, what jobs is Hector on right now? Is he only on Moral?
out. Yeah, Morel, and, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think that's it. So we were debating, because he's been, I mean, we wanna keep him on stuff, but he's not getting it, he's not doing anything we're asking him to really do, like
Yeah.
get measurements, stuff like that, and he's been a pain in the ass. But we need to keep him, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, I think this would be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know another one that comes to mind that
Okay.
we need to put him on.
Okay.
And I can measure all the doors.
Yeah, doors, corner beads, outlets. The rest of the stuff is pretty easy.
Oh,
So
it's super.
Andrew just needs to go through and measure all the doors. I would say maybe wire racks and all of the,
Does that have any shelving?
This one does.
This
Say
one
that again?
does too. I mean, unless you want to we can just knock that out and put wire shelves. I mean, it'll look.
you know,
It'll
this
gel
patch
together.
needs to get redone here.
So this lets just get that outlet.
You putting lights in all the rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might as well.
What do you want to do? You just flush around something?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So I'll get a hold of Mike and have him demo that.
so for just guessing sake, we got 1,100 square foot of flooring times 1.39, I think we're paying for that material, times probably 2 to install. So we got about 3,000 bucks of flooring. We've got,
288 feet of trim.
how much?
288.
288. So we got 3,000 on floors,
Did you do inside the closets too?
3,000. Let's say we got another 3,000 in trim.
So we still need to add 10% to the trim too, don't we?
Yeah.
Right.
Plus,
For the
how many
cuts.
interior doors we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times like 2, let's call it 250. What's 12 times 250?
30.
3,000?
No, 30. I think it's 30.
12 times
Oh,
250, $250.
no.
It's 3,000.
3,000.
3,000?
3,000.
That's 3,000 indoors.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean,
Let's call it,
2,970.
in here, kitchen's gonna be 3,500 in cabinets. Let's call it 12 grand for kitchen. Plus,
Damn.
that,
Let's leave it as room,
that-
I think, a little bit.
yeah, it's on the high side.
Yeah.
Lighting throughout is gonna be another 2,000 bucks maybe, rough and material.
Yeah. It's not a lot of electric.
We got drywall punch, another probably 1,500 bucks,
Yep.
plus another 20 sheets of drywall times 75. So let's call it 25 sheets of drywall. 25 sheets of drywall times 75. 25 times 75. 1,500.
That's what we're paying for a finish.
Another 1,500. About, yeah. We don't need a new furnace. We need an AC, right?
Yes. This one actually, doesn't have an AC.
2,500 for an AC. Bathrooms, let's just say 9,000 total. Yeah, let's call it 10,000. Just be.
Yeah.
So interior, we're right around
I
38,500.
got a question. At what point in 2025 would you look at that furnace and be like, we're gonna need new furnace?
They're
That's
20 is,
12.
it's a 2012,
Yeah.
so it's 13. It's still got 7 to 10 years. So so they already have an A coil down there on the AC. We
Can
also,
you tell if it looks good?
I don't know if we need a new water heater or not either. It's
That one's
kind-
that's 2018.
2018. It's just,
We need to fix
Heat
that
up.
plumbing.
yeah. I say we leave it. It works.
You want to leave the plumbing?
But no, we gotta fix that.
Okay.
So I'd have Manny look at it while he's here, or Hector can do it too.
And then I'll have Justin check and give us a quote on the AC.
So let's call it 45 on the inside. That's probably a fair assessment. So I think the ARV with that bathroom is 240 times 0.945 minus 40,000. We bought it for 120. So we now still have $66,000 of margin. Let's say we're going to spend $15,000 on money costs as well. So that's what I'm saying. We have,
Might need a room.
in order to make 30 grand, we've got
Shingles.
about 15 to 20 grand of room on the outside.
Oh, we should be good, dude.
Yeah.
We should be good. And shingles,
So-
maybe the garage door might need replaced. A little bit of blocking.
So
Framing.
I would say once we get out of here, you still got to kind of come through and get your minutia done.
Yeah.
But I think that's a pretty damn good scope.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
It'll be solid. What do you want to do with the fence back there? You just want
Let's go. Let's do the outside too while we're here.
Tom, I'd probably rip that out and replace it with a
That's what I was
probably
thinking.
6x6. Or,
Yep, 6x6. Nice cedar post. We need new gutters. I can't tell on the roof. I think it's got 2 layers though.
It does. If you look, you can see the moss. They put it over
Yeah.
the moss, so we would
So
need to
if we're gonna do it right, we got to do a new roof.
And there's no boot on that up there, the exhaust.
Yeah. So let's do a new roof because we also got to take out. There was a wood burner here in that living room. That's what that black thing was. You got a vent, so we got to take that out too.
Yeah.
So 1,100 square foot house. Let's say that's what going to be 15 squares plus a garage. So let's say 18 squares. So somebody remember we're 52 grand profit before the outside. So 18 squares times we pay about 250 a square. So 4,500 for this roof. So 4,500 for the roof. We're keeping the exterior door. We got to paint it. We'll do a cedar post here.
Yeah.
All of this soffit has chipping paint. If we want this to go FHA, we need to paint that.
Okay.
We need all new seamless gutters throughout. So another $1,500 for gutters.
Yeah, in this location, we're probably gonna want to do that.
Yeah,
We'll probably get an FHA.
yeah. So new gutters. You'll see, I know we haven't really talked about it, but these some of the trims are rotten, so we may have Steve come out and cap all the exterior windows
Yep.
as well. Let's go to the left side here first. Brick looks pretty good. We could end up painting it if we wanted. I don't know what we want to do with that. If we want to just keep it as is.
I mean, but it looks good. in
It's
really
not bad.
good condition.
I don't hate it.
I mean, it is weird though that we got just brick there.
So here's the trim I was talking
Yeah,
about. So you got
That's what it is.
that trim. So either replace the trim or we cap it. It's probably easier to cap.
Yeah, that's a cap. That's shitty. All right.
Got some siding repair up there. But overall, the vinyl siding's in great shape. I would say pressure wash. It's like a beige. We need a landscape. So the landscape will probably come naturally how it already is. So do this, maybe cut out those little bushes.
Yep.
That tree's really close to the house, but I'd say keep it,
Trim it up.
trim it up, boom, all the way across, cut those all out so you have a nice visual of your front of your house. Mulch that as well. Like I said, new post here. I would say take out this screen door. So you see a nice front door that's painted, say paint it black. New mailbox, new house numbers, new light. So there's a lot of little things that go into these scopes. A lot of detail.
Yep.
We need, so what we decided on, we're removing all this, we're opening this up.
Yeah.
So all of this siding is gonna be gone, it's gonna be opened up. Probably gotta make it pretty with maybe some framing stuff. Keeping the carport.
Yeah, keep it.
And then if there's an outside corner over there on the end, we need an outside corner for right here.
There
We
it
need
is.
this to come in,
it
outside
is.
corner. Pressure wash all of this. This is where that door is to the inside. We're gonna take out this siding. We're gonna use this siding here to go here. So piece it in, make sure the contractors know not to make it look like a fucking square.
Yeah.
Like take a piece off here, take a piece off here. I mean, if you don't say it, they're just gonna do it like
Right,
that. And you're
right.
like, I wonder what was there.
It's horrible.
Are you gonna keep a light out here?
Yeah, it's already here,
Yeah, I
so
would
probably
definitely-
should.
We can reroute
We
it.
could probably cancel this one. That one's not ran right.
Okay.
Did we talk about softening this?
Yeah, you did initially. We don't. I mean, honestly,
don't
it
think we
doesn't.
need to.
It doesn't look bad.
I don't think we need to.
Be a
I
waste
think
of
that's kind of
labor.
overkill.
Gutter's falling off.
I mean, it's decent property. It'll be nice when it's cleaned up.
Yeah, big garage. Damn, they took everything out of this bitch. Oh, we didn't even mention demo yet either, too. That demo's probably gonna be $3,000.
Oh, for Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know.
2,500, $3 grand.
Well, if that, I mean, is that good? You think?
I don't
There
know.
was a chicken coop right here.
Yeah, there was a chicken
This is the
coop.
house where Ed was. The chicken came running out of the house.
Yeah.
Damn.
He went to serve him an eviction notice, and the lady opened the door, and a chicken ran out of him. He was like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but they got chickens over there. I was like, man,
How the
that's
brick work?
ridiculous. Yeah, we need to do
janky.
something with some of this framing. And they cut out a whole bunch of shit.
So Roy,
So chickens
Yeah.
can breathe.
Garage door opener. I don't know if this electric works out here, but we need also to run.
yeah, that's 1,100.
So, oh, nice.
No, it does
So it
work.
works. So we got at least power to our garage door. So garage door opener, but $1,200, $1,300
Yeah.
installed. They cut out the framing here, so we're gonna have to do something about that. Maybe lower. I don't know. So there's definitely a decent amount of fucked upness to this garage. We need
I
a
mean, that is-
new right-hand in swinging man door. What is this? Maybe a 30 by 80.
You already got your center blocks though.
That's lower.
We need all new windows.
Yep, 3 windows.
We need to probably seal up these cracks, minimally from the inside, right?
Yeah.
So do
Yep.
some sealant. It's not gonna fix it, but it's not gonna move it hopefully anymore. 3 new windows. We can either do block or we can have Steve come in and pop in picture windows.
To what's cheaper?
Picture windows.
Okay.
Block are expensive.
Got a gas line here. Tap.
Say, we talked about sistering up some of this.
Yep.
So whatever they think is good for that, but it's right now it looks like shit. So a brand new hip wall up there to hold that up, and then soffit this.
Yep.
And then as far as the fence goes,
I mean, We're
It's
definitely
shitty,
not
but
keeping it how it is. Like at least we're not keeping it that color.
I mean, it just
You think it goes?
the money
I know.
spent either way is shitty.
I'd say let's
Refencing it
let's
is
wait.
shitty.
Let's wait.
I mean, refencing is $5,000.
So what if we
Painting
were,
it's gonna look like shit either way.
Yeah.
It's just chain link, bro.
Well, there is a chain
Or we
link.
just,
There's
or
already
we
a
just
chain
rip
link.
it out.
Yeah, we rip it out and get rid of those trees are between the fence, their fence and our fence, which is our property line over there. So if we just remove it,
Do they have a fence on their side?
yeah, there's already a chain link on
Is it
both
decent?
sides right here.
Is it decent?
Yeah, it looks decent to me. We just got to remove that brush. I mean,
Oh, that's not bad.
no, it's not bad.
Okay, let's do that.
Andrew, get in.
Jared, people living here is crazy.
Oh, you have no idea. This is not bad at all. This is nothing.
great.
This is nice. Yeah.
Next terrible house we got to do.
Jared, you're in for
Hey,
a-
Tom, what about
He's like, I lived on
get this removed and that tree that's hanging over the power lines? I think we should do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out
can
where
get
to,
it
where, to,
quoted.
where to cut the budget because we're looking at all these things out here. We're starting to get into
More money. Yeah.
some very little profit margin here. So walking away on this house with a 20 grand margin is going to be.
Seems like
Good.
almost like a waste.
I'm keeping it.
Sometimes when it,
I'm
when it
not.
gets
Cut,
so
I don't want to cut this tree out.
Okay. Oh no, not cut it out. I meant just.
I don't even know if I want to do that, to be honest. If somebody asks for it, we'll do it. But
It comes up on the remedy.
yeah,
That thing right over there.
That's just bad.
so we need new gutters, backside pressure wash, new AC, paint the door, trim it out, fix those fucking. Look at that wire splice they got going on here. That is crazy.
Garage and the fence is adding up.
Huh?
Yeah, we were good until we
Yeah,
came out here.
no, I
I
mean-
guess I didn't think it was that bad.
That's always what happens. It's like, oh, it seems like it's not gonna be that much, and next thing you know, it's a 70 grand rehab. It's like, what the fuck?
That's where it's like acquisitions when we get these properties and we walk it.
Well,
Take a
I gave the
closer
green
look.
light on it. I think this. I mean, I think it's still a deal. It's just do we do that full bathroom or not? That's kind of. I'm gonna go look at comps again. I guess this. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll be on the market in the spring. It could sell for 250.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's going to be a better time then.
As long as you have like, you just fix the corner.
It does. I mean, they got a bunch of overgrown.
Yeah, the
shit
fence
there.
is really not that bad.
Just pieces of it, just fix like over there by that tree.
But also, I mean, you paint a fence, it's still gonna look like shit. The white's gonna bleed. I promise you, it's gonna look like shit. So we either rip it out or we just leave it as is. It's not awful.
I mean, that could be decided like at the end of the project.
What?
Is that protein? Is that
pretty bad.
protein? Is that protein?
I mean, you get a woman coming out here. I mean, it's
It's better than nothing. I mean, fences are fucking expensive. This is a $500 to $7,500 fence.
so you couldn't spray. How much does it cost to spray this thing white?
I just think it'll look like shit.
Yeah, but I mean, this looks like.
I mean, that'll spread. I mean, you're talking probably $1,500.
You come
I mean-
out here and all you see is chain link. You'd be like, fuck.
Yeah. I think. I mean, Roy did Avondale. He did Avondale pretty inexpensive.
Yeah. So we'll make it. I mean, if there's a nice chain link behind all of it, I say we cut it out.
I know that's the only thing that's like
Chain link.
holding me
Yeah.
up from removing it all. Yeah, this will all have to get cleaned out.
That's theirs. Well, let's plan on keeping it and painting it or something. As long as we paint it really well. So once this scope is built, I'll share it in the notes of this video, and we'll
Okay.
go and see what we got going on.
All right. I'm gonna end up coming back here just
Yeah.
to put it in the notes and send it to Andy because I wasn't able to get everything down,
Yeah.
but I got everything that we're doing.
Yeah, just make sure you take your time and have Andrew help you get all the, because he wrote the winding path one.
Did he?
It was really good. Well,
Sweet,
he
yeah.
wrote his own. It was pretty close. So maybe work together on this thing
Yeah.
and collaborate on it. So, cool.
We can talk
Let's
about
get
it
the
over
fuck out of here. It's
pool
cold.
session.